Okay, so this video is for numbers. The video I just had was for numbers 1 and 5. This video is going to be 3 of the problems. It's going to be like number 2, number 6, and number 9. So these are going to be the problems where they want you to put it as a decimal. And you're going to know that because in the instructions, it's going to say round to the nearest hundredth. The other thing, these are going to start out where they don't have them quite in standard form yet. You have your constant over here. So you need to get that moved before you start this. So you got to make sure everything's on one side before you begin. So now it's in standard form. And now remember, we're still using the quadratic formula. So I'm going to rewrite it up here so we can see it. So there's your quadratic formula all over to A. Okay, so remember, this is A, this is B, this is C. And you can write them out. A equals 2, B equals -4, C equals -9 if you need to. So now I'm going to substitute them in. So X equals B is the -4. So remember, there's already a negative on B. So it's going to be negative, it's going to be -4. You could go ahead and know that that's going to be +4 if you want to go ahead and write it. I'm going to write it all out. So then B again, this time it's negative squared. So make sure that's in parentheses. -4 times 2 times -9. And then all over 2 times 2. So now remember, we're getting the decimal for this. So the first thing I'm going to do, like I did on the previous one, is I'm going to get what is all this equal inside here. So I'm going to go, and you could go ahead, if you know -4 squared is 16, 4 times 4 is 16. Doesn't matter that it's a negative, it's going to be positive. So I'm going to go ahead and put 16. That way I don't got to write all that negative in parentheses. Minus, and then 4, parentheses 2, parentheses -9. So there it is, written out, equals. So that's 88 in there. So I'm going to rewrite all this. So remember, these negatives cancel. So it's 4 plus or minus radical 88 all over 4. Now remember, our answer, it said round to the nearest hundredth. So now we're going to do our 2 answers, and we're going to finish them out as a decimal. So what you got to remember is, if you're using this TI-30XS multiview, make sure you go to your mode and make sure classic is selected because you need a decimal. So now I'm just going to put 4, remember you have 2 answers, 4 plus radical 88, 4 minus radical 88. So 4 plus second x squared gives me my radical 88. So there's my 4 plus, enter, and then divide by 4. Divide, so if you'll immediately hit divide, it'll bring your answer down. Divide by 4. So this one is 3.345, and remember you're rounding to the hundredth, so you're going to round that back to a 5. So your first answer, 3.35. Okay? Now we're going to do the second one, which is 4 minus radical 88. Enter. Divide by 4 again. This one's going to be a negative. So negative 1.345. So it rounds back. This 4 rounds to a 5. So negative 1.35. And there's your 2 answers. And you'll put those 2 answers in the calculator with a comma in between, or in the Alex, in the box that it has there for you, and make sure you put a comma in between them. Okay, so this is the type of problem that goes with numbers 2, 6, and 9. And it's still quadratic formula. That hasn't changed. The only thing different is you were able to put it in the calculator and get it to a decimal. Okay? All right, I'm going to stop this one and I'll start another one.